You've had your free pass and you're done with it and you've thrown it in the trash. And from this point forward, and I appreciate you not rolling your eyes at me. And you're here today because your sentence enforcement supervisor has filed paperwork with the court alleging that you're out of compliance with your probation. Do you understand that?
I guess so, yeah.
I guess so is not an answer that I can do
Yes.
anything with.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
that's fine. I just have to be very clear. Yeses and yeses or noes and noes, and everything in the middle has to be clarified.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. You ready to go forward?
Yes.
All right. Director Matthews, do you have a recommendation at all? It's no big deal either way.
No, sir.
Okay, then if you'll please read out the allegations, and then I'll follow back with her.
Judge, on 23 SR 0127, the defendant is alleged to have violated the terms and conditions in the following. The defendant failed to report to the probation officer as directed, having reported late for the first appointment after a revocation hearing.
Or deny that allegation.
I admit that I was a couple minutes late.
Okay. All right, then that's an admission across both, because the B was also failure to follow zero tolerance, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, I have two admissions. All right, so there's no recommendation from the state. Tell me about the history of this case.
Judge, she came before you on October 30th for revocation. That's the only revocation that she's had on this case because the community service was out of compliance. As of today, she's been on 429 days. It's a 24-month case. She has 299 days remaining. She's doing a community service conversion on the case, and she wasn't doing it at the rate of 6 hours per week. She does have a consecutive case after this case as well. It's just when Ms. Mays came in to report, the conversation didn't go over well, that she was late. So
Okay.
that's why we don't have
We didn't even have a
recommendation
conversation.
for you today.
All right, don't interrupt somebody else when they're talking, and you gotta let me run this, ma'am.
Okay, my bad.
And I appreciate you not rolling your eyes at me while I'm trying to work this out in a way that is in your favor.
I wasn't rolling with you. I'm having a little pain. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, it's my job to judge both what you're saying and what your body language is telling me, and having two teenagers, I am very well aware of what a rolling of the eyes looks like, and I just caught that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So I would appreciate you not doing that to me. Okay, all right, so you have there's a consecutive case, so I have this, so I have 299 plus 365 on another case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Mays, what do you want me to know?
Me and the probation officer didn't have a conversation once I made it. Once I walked in, she just told me, I'll see you in court on the 4th. She didn't take my community service or my fees that day.
Okay.
So I had my money and I paid online for my fees, and I did have my community service, and I have community service for today.
Okay.
So originally I didn't even supposed to go to court because she told me when I had court last time that as long as I paid 120, and then did up to 72 hours in probation, I turned out in. I didn't supposed to come to court, but I'm glad that I did come to court because my name was still on the paper.
Sure. Now, as far as the money goes, you don't have to worry about that. I don't have any concern about the money at this moment. What I'm the most concerned about is that we had a hearing, or we had something, there it is, we had a consent order, and then you were late.
And then I told her, she have always scheduled my time on a Wednesday, which they close at 6 o'clock, because she do my work schedule, and I don't clock out until 5.
Okay.
And I explained it to her, and we had like some type of understanding, but even when I was back there telling her about the paper, that I'm not gonna be able to get off until 5, and only time, like, when it's time for me to report, I have breaks between 11 and 12, but she wanted me to report between 1 and 5. And I was able to clock out at 4:55, and I arrived up there, probation, it was like 5:03, but she didn't see me till 5:45.
Right. Okay. Anything else you want me to know?
No, that's about it.
All right, anything else from the state? Anything else, Director Matthews? Okay. All right, Ms. Mays, I printed a copy, that's for her. All right, I printed a copy of your consent order.
Gotcha.
You've had your free pass, and you're done with it, and you've thrown it in the trash, and from this point forward, you get no free passes. Zero tolerance means exactly what it sounds like. Until that zero tolerance window passes, you must do exactly what you're supposed to do, exactly when you're supposed to do it, and exactly how you're supposed to do it. And it didn't come out of nowhere. It came out because you didn't do what you were supposed to doing and redoing, and we gave you that free pass. So I'm actually backing it up a little bit here, and I'm looking at this order that you failed to pay your court fees, and that, which I don't really care about, but I'm supposed to, and then that you didn't do your hours so you got behind on your hours. So the point of it is that was supposed to get you fully involved and fully understanding that you needed to put your full efforts into this. And I'm still not sensing from you that you understand the urgency and the direness of this situation. I'm not hearing you say that you accept responsibility for it. I'm hearing you say that we need to move your scheduling around to fit your work schedule. I mean, if we did all that, I'd never have anybody work. I'd have people, because people work nights, people work days. So I just need you to know that, like, I was looking for a few very specific things from you, and I haven't heard any of them. So, let me be very clear with you, because I'm going to say something harsh, and then I'm going to back it up a little bit. I don't care about your work schedule. Don't care at all about your work schedule. Today, at 11:45, don't care about your work schedule. You know when I care about your work schedule? When you're in compliance and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and we can help you by rewarding good behavior, by giving you room to move around your work schedule. At that moment, I care deeply about your work schedule, because I don't want you to get fired. But I cannot let you dictate the terms of your reporting to this court. I cannot allow that, because I would not be doing my job as the judge. So you should know I'm sitting here trying desperately to talk myself out of having you taken into custody right here at this moment. And like, I'm not getting there. So, I'm just not getting there. So, Piper, come put cuffs on her. I need you to understand the severity and the significance of this moment, and this is the only way I can believe I can get across to you.
Yeah, but that's not what I was saying, though. Like, I do take accountability, but I was trying my best.
Okay. Well, I gave you that pass, and then I needed you to do it the right way so that I could then give you the room you need.
I know.
That, like, if you end up in handcuffs under my signature, just like Mr. Thomas, you've worked really hard to get there. And the fact of the matter is that very few folks, as a percentage, go to jail under my signature, because we worked so hard for that not to happen. So, all right, the decision of the court, what's today, Thursday? When's your next employment day? When are you supposed to work again?
I'm supposed to go back once I live here.
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
Okay, well then, so today, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so 4 days in the Spalding County Jail. That'll let her go back on Monday. Zero tolerance from here on out.
Yeah.
Through all cases.
No. I got my keys and my car is outside.
We're gonna let you call and make a ring.
Okay. So do I give the community service that I have now to the probation officer?
Well, they'll go through and let you get all your stuff out of your pockets, and do you want it? She says she's got community service work hours in her pocket. Or you just want her to turn it in when she gets out?
Just turn it when you get, because I need to make a copy of it, because I don't want to take your copy. I want you to be able to keep that.
So when you get out, go turn that in. So if you'll fill out the rest of it whenever you want her to report again, zero tolerance for this one and the next case. I clearly need her to understand that, like, this is it. So, ma'am, again, I need you to hear me say, You've backed me into a corner, and this is the response. This is the only response that I can make as the judge. And I'm sorry that your kids are out in the car. So, yeah, but again, I'm very sorry for what's about to happen, but I have no other choice as a judge other than to have this be the response. I need you to go to jail, and I need you to understand when I say zero tolerance, I really mean it. And when you do good, and when you're in compliance, and when you're doing what you're supposed to do, all of these tools that you need, all of these options that you want are going to open up to you and be available to you. But I need you to buckle down and understand that this painful thing that's about to happen is something I don't know how I can do any otherwise and still be the judge of the court. All right, you may go with the deputies. You'll need to sign that, acknowledging the decision of the court. You have 30 days from today if you want to appeal this decision.